Tired of walkthrough animations that don't excite buyers? I struggle to find animators who truly understand architecture. Here is how I finally got selling once, which might aid you too. What's up? Sharik here from Dubai 3D Design. We are the ethical studio who help companies sell with ease via 3D visualization. After 15 years of creating dynamic 3D animations for prestigious global projects, I'm excited to guide you on finding the top 3D architectural animation company for your walkthrough and fly-through in Dubai real estate. This process applies globally, not just in Dubai or the UAE. Finding the right animation studio is like finding the right band to play your soundtrack. In this video, we will go through 6 essential tips for creating realistic, impactful walkthroughs within your budget, formulated and perfected with difficulties, trials, and errors over time. Check the time codes down in the pinned comments or description, and you might learn something new, even if you are a seasoned professional. Tip 1. Judging by the portfolio of 3D architectural animation companies. Alright, first things first, portfolios don't lie. But here's the thing, don't just scroll through pretty frames and nod. Look closer, watch how the animation flows, how the camera moves, and whether the story actually guides you through the space. Ask yourself, are the transitions smooth or awkward? Does the lighting feel real? And are the details such as the furniture, textures, and reflections consistent? Does it effectively highlight the key architectural features and create an emotional connection with the viewer? Does the animation keep you engaged? Pay close attention to the level of detail in 3D models and the realism of materials and textures in motion. Ensure the lighting is dynamic and enhances the mood and atmosphere of the space throughout the animation. Remember, unlike static images, animation tells the story. Pay close attention to their storyboard, VFX, SFX, motion graphics, title animation, transition, direction, viewport, and video editing capabilities, which works in tandem to give the client an experiential evidence walkthrough. Quick story. I once saw an animation where a car drove inside the building for 2 frames. Total glitch, like the architect forgot to set the parking limit. That's why portfolio deep dives save you from surprises. What is the takeaway? A strong portfolio speaks between the frames. If it impresses even on mute, that is usually a good sign. Tip 2. Defining your architectural walkthrough animation requirements. Before you even start looking for a 3D architectural animation company, you need crystal clarity on your project animation needs. A vague brief equals wasted money and time. Decide things like, do you want a fly-through, walk-through, or both? Are you looking for showcasing the exterior and surroundings, the interior space, or a combination of both? How long should it be? 30 seconds, 60 seconds, or even 2 minutes? Consider the key selling points you want to highlight. Is it the spaciousness of the living areas, the high-end finishes in the kitchen, or the breathtaking views from the balcony? Also think of extras like music, voiceovers, transitions, and cinematic camera moves. Then think about the purpose of this animation. Is it for online marketing, presentations to investors, or showcasing at property exhibitions? I once got a brief that said, make it cinematic and luxurious. Great, but that's like telling a chef, make it tasty. I had to ask, fine dining or street food? Bottom line, clearly defining these animation requirements upfront will save you time and ensure you find a 3D animation partner perfectly suited for your specific goals in the Dubai real estate market. And if a studio asks a lot of questions upfront, that's a good sign. They take your project seriously. If you want to skyrocket your sales with 3D, just click or tap the YouTube card to check out our showreel, or we'll put a link in the description below. Moving on to tip 3. Check the technical setup, 3D hardware, software, and team of animators. Tech matters. Seriously, animation is more than artistic vision. It is heavy computation. Ask your studio what software are they using. 3D Max, V-Ray, Unreal Engine, Twinmotion, Lumion. Do they use any AI assisted tools for optimization? Do they have powerful hardware, workstations optimized for animation workflows? Animation requires significantly more processing power than still renders. Do they have render farms and powerful GPU or CPU setup to handle the immense computational load? Because each second of animation contains at least 30 frames, and yes, that adds up fast. Understand their rendering process and estimated timeline. Also, who is doing the work? Dedicated animators or generalist still renders? Ask specifically about their experience with file optimization for animation to prevent crashes and long rendering times. Creating fluid and realistic movement through architectural spaces requires a different skill set than still image rendering. Specialization counts. Be wary of companies that primarily focus on still renders and might lack the dedicated animation expertise. Little warning: if a studio says, "We do everything," 3D, AR, VR, web development, that's a lot of hats. Depth often suffers. Takeaway: great visuals start with great machines and a focused team. If you would like to know the type of computers we use for 3D and equipment we use to make videos, please check out our affiliate links in the video description. Finally, be cautious of companies that rely on outsourcing. Beware that some companies might outsource their 3D animation rendering work. While they might present a strong brand, the actual walkthrough could be handled by external firms or freelancers, potentially impacting the final quality and timeline. Tip 4: deep architectural understanding and 3D animation video expertise. Just because a studio makes gorgeous still renders doesn't mean they can animate. Animation is a whole different beast. They need to understand the spatial flow, how people actually move through the space, and how light changes across time. Ask: can they read your blueprint? Do they understand dynamic lighting? Can they tell a story through movement, not just a static snapshot? One story. Someone suggested, let us animate the fly-through like Call of Duty. Residential tower is not equal to a war zone. Movement has to feel natural and purposeful, not chaotic. Unlike still renders, where post-production in Photoshop can mask imperfections, animation requires flawless 3D modeling and precise lighting from the onset. Ensure they have a deep understanding of lighting principles in dynamic environments. Their communication should be precise, and their ability to translate architectural intent into moving visual story is crucial. Hire for motion fluency, not just pretty renders. Are you learning some good stuff here? If you are, please click the like and subscribe buttons. It helps other people find the video. Have you ever wondered if investing in a compelling animation could yield a significantly higher return on investment compared to still renders alone? Keep watching on the crucial factors like delivery terms, pricing, and industry experience. Tip 5: importance of industry experience significantly in 3D architectural animation. Experience matters, but then what matters more is relevant experience. Check: have they worked on projects of similar scale and complexity? Verify how long have they been creating animations for architectural projects. Look for companies that have created architectural walkthrough animation showcased at significant regional events and global events like Architecture Summit, Index, Dubai Design Week, Big Five, and Cityscape. Their presence at such events often signifies greater exposure and credibility, suggesting trust from leading developers and architects. A global reach can be a good sign, indicating awareness of diverse architectural styles. Once a leading studio emailed me. Portfolio was 90% robot ads and font commercials, not exactly architectural storytelling. Some companies might focus on product animations, while architectural animation requires a different understanding of space and flow. In short, prioritize studios whose core identity is architectural walkthrough, not as side projects. Tip 6: smart pricing and delivery for your architectural walkthrough animation. Value beyond cost. Let us discuss pricing and payment terms for your architectural animation. Understand that animation projects typically involves a higher investment than still renders due to the increased complexity and rendering demand. Focus on the value the animation will bring to your marketing efforts. Clarity is everything. The pricing should be transparent and there should be a clear breakdown of cost. Discuss factors that can influence pricing, such as modeling involved, length of the animation, level of details, resolution, complexity of camera movements, inclusion of music or voiceovers, post-production and revisions. For 3D animation projects involving higher cost and longer project duration, request for stage payment, so you don't pay everything upfront and pay only for the work completed. Nevertheless, be willing to pay an advance payment if asked for. This makes them feel secure and put their heart and soul into the project. Companies offering variable pricing can be advantageous, as you don't need to go back and forth if the scope slightly varies in the due course. Clarify the number of revisions included and the process for providing feedback. Ask their delivery format. If you need the work file, inform them in advance. That would certainly involve additional cost, as it would contain expensive models from their library apart from custom model items. A reputable animation studio should offer solutions that align with various budget levels while maintaining quality. If a quote says unlimited revisions for a fixed price, something is off, or they are pricing you out. Clarity and fairness beat lowballing every time. Here is a bonus tip for you. Future-proof your project with 3D virtual tour and interactive VR experiences. The future is immersive. Ask if your studio can provide 360 virtual tours, VR experiences, and interactive walkthrough. These immersive technologies can provide an even more engaging way for potential buyers to experience your properties remotely, offering a significant advantage in the market. Make your project forward compatible by selecting a firm that can handle these needs down the line. Working with a partner who can do both animation and 3D VR 360 saves time and money and keeps everything consistent in the long run for your development in the United Arab Emirates. The smart move would be to make 360 VR along with animation. The cost would be much less compared to creating standalone 360-degree panoramic VR. Do you have any questions or ideas about picking a 3D architectural animation company? Or do you have your own stories to share? Leave a comment below. We would like to hear what you think. While 3D animation is itself powerful, combining them with immersive 360 VR tools and still renders can significantly boost engagement and sales. Explore top companies for these services by clicking or tapping the playlist at the YouTube end card now, or we will put a playlist link in the description below. You could also get in touch with us via our website, Dubai3ddesignua.com. We would love to talk about your animation project. Link available in the description. Thanks for watching.